So,
And people
So
who
next
don't
year
play
we got to
football.
change it.
yeah.
And, you know, when you say football, do you really mean football?
I didn't make the team.
I actually got cut, and I have feelings.
Yeah.
Fuck. Totally. I've read something that they're like, we changed the Washington football team, but we're going to stay with that.
Washington football
Yeah,
team.
they're just going to stick
They
with
have
that.
to have some sort of mascot. There's so much money in the jerseys.
Yeah, you know what their mascot is?
A
Their
football
numbers.
team.
It's still a
I
Redskin.
support a football team. You know, no
Well,
one's
what's the Cleveland Browns mascot?
The picture of their helmet. It's fucked.
Yeah.
Is it orange?
I was just talking about this last weekend. It's the most fucked up logo ever. It's a picture of their football helmet.
Yeah, their helmet's just brown.
Do they still have the
Yeah, it's orange.
The Cleveland Indians, though, do they still have?
No,
Chief
it's a
Wahoo?
C now.
It was Chief Wahoo, right?
Yeah, one of the the greatest hats of all time.
Yeah.
Chief
Sweet
Wahoo
hat.
hat.
Oh,
You can tell you're
legendary.
You can tell you're in the country when you hear that.
That is the most racist. That is the most racist mascot ever. Is the Cleveland
Fucking right,
Indians.
but it looks awesome.
And it was like I thought that would catch shit before Redskins for
Okay,
sure.
but, okay,
it's
okay.
gone.
Maybe you guys
What
will
about
get this
if
reference.
you're Irish? The Notre Dame fighting Irish.
Oh, we're all right with that reputation now.
Hey, I think it's if
It'll be
you're
gone.
because it's an actual leperchaun, isn't it? Is the thing fighting is a
like this.
Yeah.
I
Is
just
it
thought he
a-
was a drunk Irishman. Honest to God. I
Where
really
do you
am.
think leprechauns come from? Where do you think that legend comes from?
Fair enough.
no,
They were just short at the time
That's
of the
fair.
pictures.
like there's a lot of Dutch people in the room. What if it was the the Delhi Dutchman?
Or what about the Delhi Woodenheads?
Oh, the Delhi Woodenheads. Oh, that's a different thing. Then
Is that offensive?
Yeah, there's like
not
I
really.
the
okay.
Dutchman is totally a sport like that. There's a Kitchener Dutchman hockey team.
That's true.
is there?
Yeah.
There
And
was.
that's not offensive.
Yeah.
I
I
don't.
don't know.
It
I'm
seems
starting,
like a
But I
tribute.
think you
I think
can
the team
understand-
folded
I
before
think
they
you
could have
can
been offensive.
understand
I'm starting to
why
rethink
some
this.
names are offensive and some names are tributes. You know, I think you can understand. The
Yeah,
difference between the two.
yeah. One is a genocide.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, exactly.
That tends to be the
Exactly.
dividing factor.
The plans for a genocide against the Dutch have never come to fruition, but I'm sure they're out there. What's that line from Austin Powers? If there's two things I can't stand, it's racial intolerance
And the
the
Dutch.
Dutch.
I don't find
and
it.
he's
Now, you don't find
and you
that
know what?
funny.
You know what? That dude's English. He's not even Scottish.
Who's that?
Mike Myers.
He's Canadian.
That's right. He's
But
not
he's-
even
he's
Scottish.
not.
He's not Scottish.
His dad was Scottish, but he was born and raised in the Liverpool. Was
I thought he was born in
like his
Togo,
dad
or-
came
Toronto,
down
right?
from Scotland and settled in Liverpool, and then
Oh.
and then they moved to Toronto.
I
So
learned-
Liverpool was the connection. Like he's a big Liverpool FC fan.
Is he really?
I learned it on a podcast. I thought it was true for
Where is
sure.
he from?
I heard the
I
same
thought
thing as you,
Etobicoke.
Kev.
I thought he was like his parents were English.
English. I heard.
Yeah,
English,
yeah. And I think you could see like.
Oh yeah,
obviously
so
there's
him
huge
doing
English
Shrek.
influence.
That's he was appropriating that
bullshit.
culture.
The Scots should be pissed off.
They Scots
Fuck.
are pissed off.
Fucking Mike Myers, man.
They lost.
Is his
Sean
name Mike
Connery
Myers?
and Maradona.
Oh man.
Is his name Mike Myers?
Mike Myers. I'm sorry. I'm like there's a lot going on. Mike Myers, the guy from Austin Powers,
Or the killer?
the
from-
killer from the movie
Michael
Halloween.
Myers.
Michael Myers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're the same. They're the same guy.
It was
Same
very.
Yeah.
Have
Dutch
we
all
started?
fact.
Have we started?
Same guy.
All I need to know.
Dutch all
Wearing a
fact.
mask.
Yeah, you
Could be
can't
him.
tell. He's got
Prob-
lifts on too.
Yeah.
Could be him.
That was before he was on SNL. He used to kill people in movies.
He made,
How do you think he convinced Lauren to put him on the show?
that's how he made his money.
Yeah. He was just a little bit of a murderer.
Is that foggy water? You're in big
Okay.
trouble.
Wait a second, lady. Do you need to have a shower right now?
You're dead.
Yep.
Oh, the camera's behind the curtain. Ooh.
You know what, guys? This has been a nice little chat, eh? Like a nice fireside chat. Do you think we should get this show started? I
Yeah.
think somewhere
before
in
we
this.
lose our juice.
All right. Well, there's one way to do it, and that's a little thing we like to call the theme song.
All right.
That's it.
2, 3, 4. Here we go, Kevy.
Hey!
Yeah, like an old glove.
Doesn't that feel nice? Welcome, everybody, live from the Dutch Hall. We are the greatest podcast ever come out of a pool shed in Pine Grove, Ontario, bar none. And I believe we are that way because we have the greatest band in Canadian late night history, the Nocturnal Emissions. Comprised this week
Crowd goes wild.
of my favorite, the bass player, the man that sits low between the legs of the Nocturnal Emissions, the balls of the Nocturnal Emissions, Whiskey Wes Haegens, everybody. Let's hear it for him in the room. Oh, even applause. This is the best. And then beside him, it's our old band leader making his return to the show. Michael Bouw is here, everyone.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yes. His offspring just turned 1 year old.
One lap around, yeah.
Yes, that's great.
Buzzing around.
He couldn't look
Walking.
more like you, eh?
I think he's mine.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think he come from my loins.
It looks like they took like one of those apps you get on like Instagram, and you can put your face on it, and then it'll go.
I've done the app. It's fucked.
And it turns into your baby. You look
Yeah,
just
we
like
look
your baby.
exactly the same. It's the hair, eh?
Yeah. Everything about that guy. I think I like him though. He seems like he's got a good way about him, man. You like
Solid
that
boy. Yeah, so far so good.
Because like you know by now if you didn't like the cut of his jib.
Which would be tough because it's like looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do like his cut.
What if you didn't like yourself though?
Yeah,
You think
it would
you'd
be a
take it
hard
out on the
time.
boy?
It's like a mini version of myself.
Yes, you just be like, ugh,
Ugh.
all the time. Well, it's a good thing you like yourself.
Yeah, I'm
Mike.
okay with me.
Well, welcome back to the Dutch Hall. We're glad to have you.
Thanks,
and
buddy.
rounding out the Nocturnal Emissions tonight,
Hey,
coming back on keys, it's Kevin Van Dungen.
woo,
Kevin Van Dungen, everybody.
Kevy.
Kev, I don't know if we've ever on air explained your relationship to me. You and I went to grade school together, right?
Yep.
And I used to get off the bus at your house every Thursday, I think it was,
For Cubs.
for Cubs, and we would go to First Bowlby Wild Cubs. And
Gordon Al.
Gord kicked me in the ass with a steel-toe boot.
In the ass or the asshole?
It was right in the asshole. It felt like it spread my.
Oh, fuck. That sucks. I've had that.
Yeah. One time I had it in hockey too, where like you get a body check and it kind of like they get you just on the hip and it spreads your ass apart and you're like, oh, you go to the bench, you feel like you're gonna just shit yourself.
What? I have never had that.
That happened to me one time too, where it's like some guy clipped me and just caught my one butt cheek and spread my ass far apart, and I was like, oh fuck.
Did you think you could take more?
I didn't like it one bit. I'm like,
Alright.
I don't like this part of hockey.
Yeah, why is my asshole getting ripped open? I'm out of here.
This is no
No wonder
good.
you hate hockey. Fuck, I'd hate it too if that happened to me.
Yeah.
No protector for that.
You know what happened to me one other time when I
I
played
got
hockey?
violated.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Fuck.
The other time my cousin Jeffrey got a little rough with me. It broke my heart. I thought he loved me, Michael.
He laid the law down.
Yeah, I punched him in the mouth. I felt bad doing that. He's my cousin. But he had to be taught a lesson.
That's how it goes. Tough
Then we had to
times.
go in the change room afterwards. Me and my cousin Jeffrey, we had an altercation with each other.
Was he wearing a vest?
He was wearing a full cage.
Oh,
So
the cage, yeah.
yeah, I wasn't. I was. I think I just got fucking labeled by him, man. I'm like, I can barely skate, man. You're like, the guy's awesome, and then he just killed
He
me.
concussed you.
Were
Yeah.
you like Albert from that Canadian Tire commercial?
Uh,
Remember Albert?
No, I don't
Nah.
remember Albert. Was he like a guy that sucked at hockey?
Couldn't play, but then he was famous.
Oh, from what? Like famous, like that guy who was the stick boy for the Oilers, or like
Oh,
that
jeez.
kind, like.
Maybe not famous for the same reasons. No.
No,
No.
and
Albert
Well, that's-
became a star hockey player.
oh, he became good
allegedly,
at hockey.
in
oh.
the commercial.
Oh,
I don't
thought
remember
this
that other
was
guy's name.
I would relate more to my first telling of the story.
Fair enough.
Oh, shit.
Well played.
Where was I with that? Oh,
You got violated.
I got violated in hockey. Yeah, so I don't like it.
Your butthole.
Yeah, it hurt. Or it
Ugh.
didn't hurt, but it's uncomfortable.
I
And when
believe
when this cub leader kicked me in my
Right in the sphinx.
in the sphincter too,
Yeah.
I had the same feeling. It was like that was right dead on the bullseye. You know, it's uncomfortable. Didn't
Does
like
hurt.
it.
My dad's got me once like that.
Oh, fuck.
Did you turn around and say to him, "I don't care for that"?
I know he was like this was a different time where the scout leaders were allowed to beat you.
right.
And so I was like, no, I got the message. I have to watch myself during Akela. We'll do our best.
Yeah.
We'll dib, we'll dub.
I never got it.
No.
Never understood. I guess you're a wolf.
What
Yeah,
in the fuck are you guys talking about? What
Cub
is-
Scouts.
Cub Scouts.
Yeah, no, but what is that thing you just said?
Oh, you had
You
to
gotta- this
squat down and put your 2 fingers between your
Yeah.
legs. Actually, 4 fingers.
Dib, dib, dib.
I could take 4.
Yeah, you go like, we'll dib, we'll dob. It's all based on the Jungle Book, right?
Yeah.
It's right.
And
You were
now-
in Cubs too?
Yeah, I was. And
Okay.
now if you get brought home with asshole pain from Cubs, it's a
Yeah, you're going to jail.
different story.
And
Sure,
fingers and 2 fingers and 4 fingers. What the fuck?
Oh,
sure it was Gord's foot?
we have a young person as a guest on our show today, so we're going to be able to talk about how maybe you're not allowed to no longer do stuff in Cubs.
Perhaps not anymore.
Things
Yeah.
have gotten so PC.
This is
it's-
bullshit.
Can't shove your boot up a kid's ass anymore.
Yeah,
What's
I know.
wrong?
Yeah, this is crazy.
Fucking millennials.
Yeah, you'd have to do it, and then you'd have to say, I
mean
promise
it.
to do my best to do my duty to God and the Queen, to keep the law of the Wolf Cub Pack, and to do a good deed every day.
Somebody every day. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the motto was, a cub gives in to the old wolf, a cub does not give in to himself.
Wait a minute. I don't remember that.
Oh, really?
What?
Maybe you should read your fucking manual.
Yeah. What was your best badge?
What?
Yeah.
What kind of question is that?
You don't remember your
Terrible.
badges?
Yeah,
oh, I
you-
thought you said batch.
No,
I was like,
badge.
oh.
Can we go back to that slogan? A cub gives into the old wolf,
Yeah.
Cub
but
gives
never into himself.
No.
I gave in to myself.
So,
here
like,
and there.
don't masturbate, save yourself for the cub
No,
master?
it's
Is
the-
that-
Yeah, the old wolf
Yeah,
is the cub
exactly.
master.
No, you
Right.
give into a cub gives into. It means that you do something nice for your elders and stuff.
Oh, it wasn't a sexual thing at all.
No. Most of Cubs was not sexual. I found. I found very little sex in
Oh,
it.
that's good.
Yeah,
Thankfully.
a little bit of
'Cause
abuse,
it's
and
got
that
a
was
bit of a
about.
reputation these days.
Yeah. Well, we were lucky that way. Eh? No one we knew got banged in Cubs.
Or we suppressed it.
You guys were in a good branch, huh?
Who knows? We might have blocked it out. As I
You had
remember,
that one foot fetish guy, and that was it, eh?
As I remember, our Cub group, we weren't there to do the Cub stuff. We were there to play baseball and then play just fuck around with a bunch of guys. And we every time they tried doing the Cub stuff, we were all like,
Fuck off.
this is stupid. We're not going to do this. We're going to go and make these guys go up on the roof to get the balls on the school and then take the ladder down.
And we were late for every camp, like every camp thing we were late for. That was
Oh,
our
yeah.
reputation.
Oh yeah, every camp thing, everybody had all their shit together and we didn't.
We just showed up. You
Yeah, we would just be there to the camp and.
remember the bell tent?
No, what's that?
I don't know. A big tent with a big pole in the middle. That was our thing. It was I think it was an old army tent from Vietnam.
Oh really?
Yep.
For our group, we had that to sleep in.
We
I don't
did.
even remember, man. I might have been molested, man. I don't remember.
That's when Kev was talking about suppression.
Yeah, damn it.
I remember the bell tent.
I suppressed that memory.
What if this happens now that Kev's coming in and doing the show all the time, and all of a sudden Kev says something one day, you just say something to me, and I'm like, God damn, I picture some
You're fucking
Gord ramming his cock into me.
We'll sue.
Sue.
We'll sue somebody.
Oh yeah, that guy's probably dead. Eh? Probably lived a hard life. You know who he is? Do you know him for real? Oh, this is good.
I don't know. I don't
Serves
know.
that cock right. If
Fuck 'em.
If he did molest me.
No, he kicked me in the ass. I had that one time. We did get back at him though. There was this one game we did like a scavenger hunt, and then we were like, okay, I don't know how it turned out, but I remember at one point in time we were all chasing Gord down the road, and then we had got him to the ground, and people took the stamp, and they were stamping him with the stamp, and I remember grabbing the stamp. It was my turn.
Where'd you stamp them?
Right in his face, right in his, stab him right in his face. Yeah, there's a few times where I enacted revenge on people that were way older than me when I was young. Like one time I went to basketball camp when I was in grade 8. I saved my own money and went to basketball camp, and then I remember I'm in this camp, and the camp counselor that's like I'm like, what am I, 12 or something? This guy's 17. and he's the guy supposed to be looking after me. And at one point in time, he's choking out the guy that sleeps in the bunk above me, Alex. He's like choking him out to show how he can put a sleeper hold on a guy and put him to sleep for real. And Alex is like foaming at the mouth and shit.
Was this Camp Olympia?
Yeah, it was Camp Olympia.
Classic Camp Olympia.
Yeah, and I knew he didn't like that my friend Alex because his name was Clint, but he couldn't say Clint. The Alex had kind of like. He said, so it sounded like he said "cunte." Like that's how it was. And then,
I thought you were gonna say clip.
That's what I thought too.
No, it sounded like "cunt." I don't know what he was saying wrong, but he kept trying to correct him, and then Alex kept saying, "I'm saying it," right? Then, but anyway, so like they were. I didn't think they were. So when he did that, I said, "Okay, let me show you a wrestling move." And then I told him I put him in a full Nelson. But I put the full Nelson like right on the top of his head, and then I just hit it really like I with his all my and I hurt the guy. He had to go to the infirmary.
Really?
17. That he didn't even come back to back to our cabin for the rest of the week.
What, you hurt his neck?
Yeah,
But
hurt
he
his
was
neck.
beating somebody else up.
Yeah, after he choked out my friend.
Yeah,
I put him in
took care of
the.
him. Okay, cool. Then
Yeah,
he
I was
deserves to go
12.
to the
I was 12
infirmary.
and he was 17.
Yeah,
He got
deserves to go to
fucking
the
punked
infirmary.
by me. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a pussy, man.
Yeah.
That's
Do we know this?
That's
who this
chapter
guy is?
3 of your memoir for sure.
Yeah, that was
That's-
one
that's-
time where I beat up an older kid, where like I did that, and the other time was the first one I just already said. Oh, no, when I got gored in the face with that thing, it felt good. So like to enact revenge on a grown up when you're a kid, like
Especially if you got kicked in the asshole.
yeah,
Or worse, blocking it out.
yeah, who knows, right?
Stamp that
You
shit
got to
out.
deal with it. You got to deal with it right then and there.
Yeah. I'm sorry, we haven't introduced our guests today. Our guests,
No, I was going to mention that.
yeah, I haven't even introduced the host of the show for that matter.
Go for
But
it.
our guest tonight, one is a returning guest. One is a Dutch All virgin. Let's start with our virgin, ladies and gentlemen. His first time to the show, comedian out of Hamilton, Ben Bayfield. Everyone,
Hello.
Boy, Ben.
and returning to the show, a man
Yeah.
we have unfinished business with,
Unfinished business. That doesn't sound good. I don't like it.
comedian Dan Brennan. Everyone,
Hey, Dan. It is great to be back in the warm embrace of the Dutch Hall.
thank you. And I am your host and two-time
Two-time.
2-time.
President's Club Award winner, Pete Van Dyke. Thank you.
Gave himself the best intro.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't. That was the longest it took to get to an intro in the history of the show.
I had to go over some things.
Yeah. It's almost time for a segment we call. No, we're not. We're not ready yet. All right, that is that is. We have to introduce the show. This is it's nice to kind of have the band, like a semblance of a band again. And it feels like old times. It feels like putting on a nice old suit. It's nice to be back and have new people in the hall is always good.
Yeah.
Mike and Dan, you guys have all both been having a thick soccer talk before we even started.
That's right. A thick soccer talk. I don't know if anyone would ever use the word thick to describe soccer talk, but yeah,
Michael Wood.
it's been an interesting week. I bet he would. I bet he would.
Yeah, it's been a tough week.
Yeah.
Dan?
It certainly has because Liverpool lost.
You take it hard, eh?
Nah, I'm better when they lose than I used to be. I must admit that. I don't take it as personally. Like they didn't do it to hurt me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I accept that now. But obviously Diego Maradona died this week. And it's not sad that he died. Because, like the lifestyle he lived, you're going to die eventually. We all die, right?
You mean cocaine, right?
But,
Mostly that.
oh, yeah. Oh, I mean cocaine. And, yeah.
60, so.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad innings for the guy.
Yeah, he did
when you
pretty
think
good.
About it, that's
It's a
pretty
good
good for
60.
the lifestyle.
He lived a heck of a
led.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the
But
60s is a long life.
the man was a genius and a controversial genius in that. We live in a world of bland superstars.
Right.
You know what I mean? Bland sportsmen that say the same thing
Yeah.
every time. 110%, dig hard in the corners, all that shit. Maradona was not bland on or off the field. That's for sure.
And in Argentina, it's like
He's a
3 days
god.
of mourning or
Yeah.
something. They're
Oh
going
yeah.
through, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He is a god. He used to do, I think it was about 10 or 15 years ago, he would do like a Friday night talk show. It would come on about 10. called like the Night of the Number 10 because that was his number. I was gonna try and remember what that is in Spanish, but I won't. I don't know what it is.
DS.
Yeah, but I do believe, and you can research this, it was the highest rated TV program in the history of Argentina. Like, this guy is a god,
He's a god.
in his
They've got
country.
some
Yeah,
good
even when like
competition.
foreign dignitaries would come, they would come
Yeah.
to meet him.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter how much like drugs he was on or what he was up to.
No.
Yeah.
Still God. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
how
uh,
good he was.
Like, think about, like you see some of the footage of him playing on these muddy pitches, and the balls were a lot heavier back then, right? Like, you could just imagine what he could do now. It's unthinkable. He's the only football player, like, for how great Pele was, how great Cruyff was,
Right.
and Georgie Best and everyone. He is the only one in the '86 World Cup. He took a pretty average Argentina team, put them on his back, and won the World Cup pretty much by himself. And no, because Pele always had great players to play with. Everyone always had great players. He's the only one to do that. And if you look at the footage just from that, you'd agree that he's a genius. So I feel really bad for the people of Argentina and Scotland, because he inflicted the greatest pain in the history of English football.
Yes,
and
he
the
did.
Scots
Man of
love him
God.
for it. I think the Maradona Argentina jersey still sells quite well at Christmas in Scotland.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, because you remember the Hand of God gold, right? Knocked England out of the World Cup in the semifinals of the '86 World Cup.
Semis. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Scots, like, I mean, if England play Brazil, you see pictures of Scottish pubs. Everyone's wearing a Brazil
Yellow
jersey.
jerseys.
You know what I mean? And it's the same with that. It was the greatest injury to England ever.
Do you remember the '86 World Cup? Do you remember? it?
I remember it vaguely. Like, it was 1990. Not 1990. Sorry. It was Italia '90, the one that they lost. I think it was in the finals against the Germans, but they ended up knocking the Italians out. He was playing for an Italian team. There's a documentary about it.
Napoli.
Yeah, he was playing for Napoli.
Napoli.
And Napoli was like this dog city of Italy, where like everyone, whenever like Napoli went away, they were like, Napoli's are shit people. You know what I mean? Like, you're the dogs of Italy. And he thought that if he came out and he said, this is for the people of Naples, that the people of Naples would pick him over the country of Italy. And it's
Cheer for me.
yeah, cheer for me. Yeah, it backfired spectacularly. You should see the footage of him trying to get through the airport after that one. Yeah, it was great, man. Like, he's just sitting there. He's like this little guy bouncing, smile on his face, and people are trying to fucking get at him like you
Like the
wouldn't
country
believe.
is trying to kill
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Because we're not going to cheer against our country.
Yeah.
We love you for
Yeah.
our club team,
Yeah,
but we don't cheer against our country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a
yeah.
bold
But he
move.
was like, the
In
rest
Italy.
of Italy treats you like shit. This is your chance to stand up. And they're like, fuck you. Yeah.
What if Michael Jordan was like, you know what? Fuck the rest of the states. I'm your guy.
Yeah.
That's a pretty bold take.
Yeah. I'd put him up there. I'd put him up there with Jordan in terms of.
Yeah, he like that. That's the thing. People, you're right, Dan. Like, he's in
Yeah.
that same category.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, those footballers you named, that's the era, right?
Yeah.
Like, us as Dutchmen, Cruyff is our guy, and Maradona's. It's hard. Like, he's a legend. It's Pele and him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, not even close. It's crazy.
Yeah. Burkamp as well. You can't-
Yeah, but he's not their
on the
level.
same-
He's not their level.
But Cruyff changed football. And like that Ajax team, they changed the way football was
Puh.
played.
Played.
They,
Ajax. Puh.
oh, okay. Are you not an Ajax fan?
No,
PSV.
we're PSV.
We're farmers.
PSV.
God damn it.
PSV.
Is everyone in the room of PSV? Is that like
Yes.
I don't
you
know,
were all
Kev.
kicked out of what?
Yeah,
what's the
we're
name
all-
of the town? PS what?
Oh,
What?
Eindhoven. Eindhoven. PSV Eindhoven.
Yes. Yeah.
Which,
Yeah. Get me one while you're there, would you, Ben?
but yeah, he did. He did change it. But Maradona, I mean, it was like it's
I'll
hard.
tell you. I'll tell you. What
It's like
to
a
look
dance
up.
to
I'll tell
him,
you
the
what to
game
look
was.
up. Gary Lineker talked about it. Gary Lineker was the Golden Boot, which means he scored the most goals in that '86 World Cup, right? And he talked about he was in a charity match. It was the 100-year anniversary of the English FA, so he played alongside Maradona. And he said in the dressing room before, and this was his tribute to him. He said Maradona had rolled up one of his socks and just sat there, bouncing it on his left foot for 5 minutes, and then he went out to the center circle, right, with a ball. And he kicked the ball as high as he possibly could, and he stood there like that. Well, we're audio, so you
Booted
can't see
it.
it. And then the ball would come down. He'd catch it on his foot like an inch off the ground and send it right back up. And Lineker says he did that 13 times in a row and never took more than 3 steps in any direction. So of course
Control.
he
Just
was
like poetry.
just poetry, and like literally you could count. He was standing there waiting for the ball to come down for like 2-3 seconds. It felt like, right? And he said he was playing for Barcelona at the time. He went back to Barcelona. He's like, guys, we got to try this. He said, no, anyone on the Barcelona team could do more than 3, and they were running the pitch to get that third one. You know what I mean? Like his relationship with the football.
Yeah.
Because he looks
something
fat,
super-
right?
Yeah, he's just a short, stocky guy.
Yeah.
But like, if you watch him warm up, that's exactly what Dan's talking about. If you watch him warm up, it is like poetry. Like not, and he has got a smile on his face.
Oh yeah,
The guy was having a
Yeah.
time. He's
Yeah.
probably higher than a kite, but he was
See,
unbelievable.
I feel bad for him because when he went to Napoli, like the I can't remember what the name of the local mafia was, but they like arm around him, whatever you want. The city's yours, right? Parties, women, coke, the whole bit. And I think they kind of owned him. You know what I mean? They took this prize and did what the mafia does.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He was their
Took too
golden
much
ticket.
juice from him, but.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a documentary, right, Dan? On
There's the documentary
Netflix.
of his time on Napoli, and the really cool thing about it is like it's all footage of him, but the audio is all news reports or interviews with him. You know what I mean? It's not like you very rarely through it have like an audio overlay of a narrator explaining what's going on. So it's like actual news clips and stuff like this all pieced together. And above anything else, it's just beautiful. Like, I mean, to watch this guy play.
it is poetry in motion.
Yeah.
A Maradona.
There.
God bless him. R.I.P.
R.I.P. He was not in our death pool this year. No points.
Shit, you think I could have got one? I got
your death
nothing.
pool.
Oh, this has been a big year, Dan. I know it.
I'm not familiar with this. I didn't know.
This is our biggest year of deaths, and so my sister Lori's in the lead with 3 deaths.
3 deaths.
Who she
That's
got?
got to be a record.
Who she got?
She had. It is a record. Everything's a record. Oh, I got my.
the
This
first
year's
year
a
you've done
record,
it?
2020. No, I think we did it like 3 years.
Remember 2016 when there were all those celebrity deaths and we thought, oh, this is a fucking shit year.
my
I'd
sister.
kill for
Looks
a
pretty good right now.
I'd kill for a no 16.
Yeah.
My sister Lori has Kirk Douglas, Jerry Stiller, and Vera Lynn.
Jesus.
But bringing up late charge here is Steve, who
Whoa.
came on. He had both Connery and Trebek.
Trebek.
Oh.
so-
And Connery.
Trebek.
Those are
Fucking
big.
Steve. So how many's he got now?
He's got 2. So
Wow.
Steve now is tied with Kevin, myself, and Beaver. With
Who have you
2.
got on yours, Pete?
Carl Reiner and Olivia de Havilland.
You had Carl Reiner.
Yeah.
Who the
I mean,
fuck
that's a
is
pretty
Olivia?
safe bet.
Huh?
Who's she?
She's like an old actress or something. I don't
Right.
know.
And who else are your picks? Like, do you get?
I have Prince Philip, who could
Yeah,
still
that's a
die.
great call. That's a great call.
And Bill
No,
Cosby, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I had to pick one under 40, so my pick was Pete Davidson. and,
Great pick at the time. Great
Yeah.
pick at the time.
Yeah. I think it still stands. I think it stands.
Think it's holding?
Yeah.
I think COVID has really added a good element to that death pool too.
Oh, yeah.
Really randomized the
Why
whole
there's records
thing.
being broken.
Yeah.
Charters had Tom Hanks and on his,
Ooh.
and he survived the
How the
COVID.
hell did he call that, eh?
Charters is the kiss of death.
Because he was in Wuhan. He was eating bats.
Yeah,
Humping bats.
he was.
Humping bats, sorry. My bad.
I'm not sure if that was Charters. Who said that? Not me. Not me, but I just heard it was some dude, Master Industry, outside a wet market in Wuhan, fucking a fruit bat. I don't know if that was Charters.
Bad assumption on my part.
I put 2 and 2 together.
Well,
Somebody fucking ate a bat.
no, they
Someone
fucked a bat.
fucked a bat.
Fucked it bat.
Bat? Like, seriously.
Yeah, Charters did. Or no, I don't know.
Apparently it was
Some
a threesome.
Polish guy.
Apparently he was holding another bat and making it watch him.
Yeah. I do not know. But he is missed, eh? Charters is missed.
He is
But it's
missed.
nice that we can still make fun of him when he's not here.
It would feel wrong if
It
we
would
didn't.
feel right. Yeah, exactly.
He wouldn't feel included. Is he listening at home or where is he?
Yeah, I think
He's not actually in China.
No, he's at home. He's at home.
Social distancing like
Social
he should
distancing,
Right.
Quite a distance from us. Though I did see him in Simcoe. I pulled up right beside his van and gave him the finger and honked at him there. And then he texted me and he said, "Up yours."
So you're still
Nice.
friends then.
Language.
Everything's
That's
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just like old times.
Yeah.
What was
Social
going on in his
distancing old
vehicle
times.
when you saw him? Like he wasn't in the middle of a fight with the missus or
No, he
Or
was
something
just
like
driving. His son was in the passenger seat,
right.
and I saw his license plate, says his name on it. So then I went.
Pretty obvious.
Yeah, so I could track him down easy. So I was with my wife, and I saw him. I saw his license plate, and I just hunted him down and
That's him.
flipping the bird. Yeah, it was the first thing I thought of.
That's
you know,
nice.
his kid laughed because I was really more giving his kid the finger because his kid's in the passenger seat.
Hey, I took a pee.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, he is missed.
Anyways, we should quickly get to a segment we call feedback. We got feedback.
Feedback.
We got feedback. It's feedback. It's motherfucking feedback.
Welcome everyone to feedback. We got feedback. This week's segment is brought to you by our guests at brought to you by Amazon. Right? You
They're guests of the show.
whatever. They're a big rotten company, but there is a working banner
They pretty much spawned.
on my website. So if you go to livefromthedutchhall.com and you click on the Amazon banner, it'll be on your left-hand side. You will be able to do all your Amazon shopping. And it's actually American Thanksgiving, and
Yeah.
it's
Black Friday.
Black Friday tomorrow and all that stuff. Cyber Monday. All
Friday tomorrow?
yeah. We gotta.
Yep.
It seems like we got a heckler in the room, eh? It seems like this is like a real comedy show almost because I can hear, because you're not on the phones, so it's just like the
Background noise.
Yeah.
heckling of just a little bit. It's to make me feel like
Comfortable?
well, no, uncomfortable, uncomfortable,
Close.
like on edge, like you're performing, you have to. Where is he? Where is
Yeah.
he? You know.
Yeah.
It's a smoky room. It's dark.
It's
Yeah,
enough.
you don't know where the guy is. Yeah, because I can't see him because of Wes. Anyways, what do we? Amazon. Go to there, and then if you go to my website, Life
Click
on
the
the Dutch Hall,
banner.
click on the banner, do your Amazon shopping, and then not all the money goes to Amazon. Some of the money comes to us.
They don't need any more.
They don't need it. They have too much. They're gonna have all of the money.
We need some 1/4-inch cables here.
Yeah, we're down to the last 1/4-inch cable, and it's pink. And this is kind of like a sign of the times, man. 2020. We're really just fucking scraping the bottom of the barrel here. We got nice clean flow stools, though.
these
What do you think
stools.
about those?
I think it's great that you're trying to foster a relationship with Amazon. I think that's a great long-term plan because, as you say, they're going to own everything, right?
I don't have a relationship with Amazon. I hate them. I find them like a big.
I would like to point out that
negative
those are the
relationship.
views of Pete Van Dyke and not me. I'm aware of Amazon's dominance, and I'm happy to supplicate to their
Yeah, we're subservient to Amazon.
hegemony. Is that
No,
the right word?
I'm a registered associate with them, so that. But I'm really just trying to take money from them. They didn't approve me. You have to go and do what I said. Go to my website, click on the banner, and then do your shopping. And then I get some money, and then.
You take
But
like,
but I'm just taking their money. They don't know me or like me. They don't have a relationship with me at all.
You're like Robin Hood.
Yeah, I'm just like taking the fucking rich person's money.
Robin
And,
Hood
I don't think
podcast.
that's how Robin Hood worked.
Yeah, he took from the rich and gave
Yeah,
to the
but the
poor.
rich didn't make a profit when he was stealing from them
You
because
don't
they're
know
still
that.
making a profit. You know?
You
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
that.
They're not making a profit. Oh yeah, yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're still making a profit. You're driving traffic to them.
I stand by Robin Hood.
Damn it! But you're doing it anyway. Right?
That's true.
It's like, nah. It still doesn't have the Robin Hood analogy down pat. You're right. Fuck. God damn it. Let's start over. Let's start the show.
New show.
Wes, you've been overly talkative today. Your uncle.
Pretty much par for the course.
God, his voice is so clear.
Yeah, did you hear it? I have him cranked up a little bit louder than normal. Everyone, I put him the loudest.
You
Because
should.
I'm saying if Wes gives us one pearl of wisdom throughout the show and we fucking miss it,
We're idiots.
it's on all of us.
It is. That's true.
Because
Because when it comes, it's good.
you're goddamn right it's good. That's why he's my favorite. Wes, keep it up, man. You're doing a great job. So I want you to know. It's so nice to have him back, eh? He's the fucking rock
He's
that
the
holds
balls.
us all together. Do rocks hold people together?
Yeah, sure.
The glue. You're the glue.
Yeah.
That's what you are. Anyways, so
Rocks would hold people together if they were on the outside of
That's
two
true.
people and they were.
Or the Earth is like a rock,
so what's that?
holding
As
us
a
all together.
It's more gravity. You're the
If you wanna go like
gravity.
that.
You put Wes
You're
on
the
either side
gravity.
of somebody, he holds you together.
You're
He
giving me a
doesn't
lot
look
of
like
credit
a great
here.
hugger.
No.
No, Wes, don't
No.
touch him.
No, I wouldn't.
Don't
wouldn't
ever
dream of it.
touch him. Even before COVID, if you touched him, he'd bite you. He would like
Really?
attack.
Really?
Oh yeah, he doesn't like it.
Oh.
Yeah, Wes,
Okay.
is that true?
That's true. Very
Yeah.
true.
And I would just suggest that. We've never spoken about that ever before.
It's just known.
I knew it.
Yeah.
You gave
It's
off
one of
that
those
vibe.
unwritten rules.
I met him
It's one of
twice
those
and I knew
unwritten
that.
rules.
Yeah, you don't touch
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Got
Does
sharp fucking teeth too.
That might be an episode.
You got
I
great
got-
teeth. Are those your original teeth, or
Oh yeah.
yeah, they are?
Wow.
Mm.
With all that biting, one would have thought that you'd gone through a set by now.
That's what
No,
keeps
man.
him sharp and clean.
Yeah.
Keeps
all
him
right.
sharp.
They just keep growing.
Are you part beaver?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yes, that could have another meaning in Canada, Pete. Yes.
Pussy
yes.
and stuff. Eh? Pussy.
I did
You are
not
eating-
mean to imply that the silent type over here is a pussy. I did not. That's not what I was
Well
saying.
played, Dan.
Okay. Well, we have one piece of feedback.
Love West and Amazon. Yeah.
We just have to get to this one piece, and it's just from a longtime listener of the show, and it's actually our good friend, the Cheese Lady. So let's check on her.
Oh my God.
Well, we're checking on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady. She's always on the run. Checking on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady. She's always having fun.
Nice.
What's up, Teresa?
Teresa from the Second Mouse in Delhi has always been a supporter of our show, and she gives us a little piece of feedback from time to time on Podbean. But I gotta say, it was a regular occurrence. It would be like almost every week Teresa would give us a message. And since the hiatus and then the return, there's been nothing from Teresa. And then I started thinking back, has it been even longer? Has it been since the newlywed, or what was the dating game?
The dating.
The
The
cheese lady.
dating game.
The Cheese Lady dating game.
Wow.
That's right.
Has it been that long?
Ben, you're gonna love this. Yeah, you told me it was that long. Who remembers the dating game? Who
I
was
do.
there that night?
I remember it now all of a sudden quite clearly. This is awesome that Dan's here.
Yeah, and we have never. And
Yeah, I feel like you should have mentioned that this was gonna come up before you brought me down here tonight.
no, I didn't even think of it really until you got here. But we did
A
have
love story.
we had a dating game,
Yeah.
and we made claims, and this is something we do sometimes. We make broad claims, and I always have this theory that I think that in life you're going to accomplish great things. You can have these dreams, but they don't become real until you say them out loud, right? So
Yeah.
then you say, I'm going to do this. And even if it's crazy, you say, I'm going to do it. And you're kind of held to it because you told people this bullshit thing that you're going to do. And then sometimes you actually fucking do it, And then it's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
you did a whole fucking game show.
It was great.
Well, so we did.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So we did this game show there, and one of the things we said was that someone was going to get a date at the end of it.
With the cheese lady, Teresa.
Well,
Yeah.
Teresa was the prize, of course.
The Bachelorette.
The Bachelorette.
And who won that night?
the
Who
winner.
The winner was who?
That would be me. And I have
Who'd
to
you
put
beat
this in
out?
perspective
Yeah,
for Ben.
who's the cheese lady?
Well, this is my competition
Very
for the night. Joe Botello
Oh, you've won.
and a hand puppet.
No, not just any
A
hand puppet though.
foul-mouthed hand puppet.
Not just any hand
might get
puppet.
some-
What's the name of the hand puppet?
It's a Charters puppet.
Charters puppet.
Oh,
Charters
God.
You might
puppet.
get some resistance from the hand puppet, but I think you got Joe Botello.
Yeah, but I won the thing. And
Oh, you've won.
I think this is where the crux of the argument is. You haven't heard from the cheese lady since.
Who is she though? Why is she the
No.
cheese lady?
That's
she
not
owns
true.
a cheese making shop.
Cheese shop.
She owns
And
a-
she's a fan of the show.
She listens to our show.
Yeah,
she
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 drops
owns
off
a
cheese.
cheese shop in Delhi. Yeah.
And every now and then we'd get a platter of cheese.
Yes, but you know
Wow.
what?
It sounds like a great gig.
Oh, it's terrific. We
I
have
fucked
a,
up your cheese delivery. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah,
you
you
haven't.
did,
No,
Dan.
Sorry.
No, this is not true at all. This is not true at all. I've been in the cheese shop many times to support her through the COVID, and I've seen Teresa, and I gotta tell you, she's been every bit as nice as she was, and I think
Cordial even.
still open to the date. I don't think there's been any indication to think that she's not going to be into this date. Like
What?
if we
the
put
date hasn't happened?
Dan,
No.
this could be big.
No.
Oh.
So this is the logistics
Ooh.
of it. It's a logistics issue. It's not that she's repulsed by me. Is that what you're telling?
What I'm saying is that I had a I don't know if that's true or not, because, but I know that she had but I had a plan to like have a big for us to put on a nice romantic evening
Yeah.
For the date?
Yeah.
for the date and have it be part of the show, you know, that
Yeah.
we would be like, it would be
Hosting
like,
it.
Oh.
we would host the date
And like film it.
live on air, you know.
Yeah.
But then like it was one of those ideas that came and kind of
Well,
went.
do you remember what happened when, like, for anybody who knows the dating game, at the end, the winner comes over and actually meets? It was the first time I'd seen her that night,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because we were sequestered off in the kitchen with loads of beer, which was great. We came in through the back hall. She hadn't seen any of us
Right.
until the denouement, and we sit down on the couch. And this is just me to the core. I could fuck things up. I could shoot myself in the foot from 1,000 yards away. All I cared about, I'm sitting on the couch with this girl. All I could care about is where's the date gonna happen. Like, are we going to a steak restaurant? I haven't been out in so long. And you said to me, do you remember? You just looked at me because I'm like, we go to a steak restaurant. What's this about? And you're like, well, we're gonna do it here. And I'm like, do it here. And you just looked at me and you go, you're fucking it up already. 'Cause I hadn't looked at her. I hadn't, said hi. I think we shared an awkward hug when I walked over.
Yeah, he's
It's
just
like
wondering
you're
if he's gonna get a
focusing on the
steak.
wrong thing.
Yeah, what am I gonna get to eat?
Yeah. I get a night out. It's been so long since I've had a nice night out, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it won't be nice. So the idea was for it still to be part of a bit, and then eventually
It would be great if, like, the hand puppet was our waiter and he was bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Or
think
Joe Batello.
No, no.
No, not
No.
Joe.
you can't eat around him, eh? It's too hard to eat around him.
Actually, him and Michael Moses filmed something at Levity a couple of weeks ago that might be really, really funny. I can't wait till it comes out. But it was just like, I got a bad phone call from home, so I had to leave. So I left the only guy in the bar, Joe Batello, to run the bar, and hilarity ensued. You know, it's just right away. Could you imagine leaving any property in the charge of Joe Batello?
You left him to run the bar?
It was that was the scene. We didn't. No one would actually
Oh.
do that.
No, right.
That's why it was so
thank God.
absurd. You know, that's where the comedy was.
Right, that you'd leave Joe in charge of something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
completely.
But you're part of a streak, eh? Like Ben, you're the reason that this streak has been broken, I believe.
Oh
you know?
no.
What's the streak?
What's the streak?
I booked you to come on this show.
Yeah.
Then I booked Joe, and I booked Justin Gale, and everybody bailed on the show. And then today it was
Oh,
like
really?
an over/under if you'd come, because the comics had all been bailing on the
Right,
show. And
right.
so the streak has been broken tonight.
Holy
by
shit.
you guys being here.
Oh, good.
Well done.
This is
Well,
true.
this is my new best friend and traveling partner, Ben. Not only does he have a car, you've been in comedy for less than a year.
More than a year. But COVID year.
At no point has he ever told me how great he is at comedy. You know what I mean? Or how
Yeah.
badly
that would be
he
a lie.
killed. Or how his new podcast is going to take over the world. I don't get it because he's only 20. I'm 46, but he's so hungry. He's like a sponge. And I have to preface everything I say to him with, you have to remember, I've never made a dime off comedy.
Yeah.
But of all the people that have come into the comedy scene, this is the guy you want to travel with and see do well.
So
Yeah. But
yeah.
you guys have a connection as well, don't you?
Yeah, I was gonna say you
Thanks,
were.
Dan.
That was smooth. Eh?
Yeah,
You
nice
wanted to
segue.
We don't have a
I
jingle
didn't
for
know that. You said before the show started that I hosted your very first set.
Yeah, I was actually 18 at the time. I remember, and I showed up to Levity, and I remember that you were hosting, and you were making fun of this big nerd sitting in the front row,
Yeah.
and I went up and I had one good joke.
He was giant. He was like a real giant.
He was like a big
He
guy
said
with
that like
awkward
he wants you to
glasses.
ask him what the one joke was.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no,
Pick
it's,
up on
I don't,
that.
I don't, I don't.
He's
use
gonna
that
come here and do material tonight.
No, I'm not doing material. But I remember this big. He was like 6'9". This guy, big, pasty.
I remember
glasses.
those two. He used to come in. The woman that was with him
His girlfriend was
also
hot.
had glasses. No, that was
Yeah.
his mom. That was it. No, I'm not making this up. That was his mom. Because I serve at Levity.
Wow.
I remember I sat him the first time. Pat said put him in the front row. So I'm like, oh, don't worry. The comedians won't talk to you. It's amateur night. They're just here to work on their jokes. And he goes, no, I love heckling. I'm like, okay, back row for you cunts. Like,
Why would you put the 6'9" guy in the front row? That's my only question to Pat.
I
if
don't
you're
know. This
listening.
was back pre-COVID, so it was like the proper front row.
Right.
It wasn't the.
Yeah, maybe it's gives you something maybe he gives you something to talk about. The guy was
Yeah.
like freakishly tall.
Well, that was all you talked about, and it was killing. I remember
Oh,
that
yeah.
you were killing it with this big guy, and you just kept going back to him and his girlfriend's relationship.
Yeah,
I can't remember the
You
details.
just couldn't stop staring at him.
Yeah, sometimes I just can't figure it out. Like something looked weird about it or something. And you just sometimes you just
Go with
transfix. In Oshawa, there was that one guy that
What,
he
the
said-
last show we did in Oshawa?
Yeah, the show we did in Oshawa, there was a guy that was there that said that he
Crazy Jacks, by the way. A little shout out, Crazy Jacks.
he didn't no he
he said he didn't jerk off, and he
no,
was like,
no, he did jerk off, but he didn't watch porn. He said he
Right.
didn't watch porn, but he did jerk off. And I'm
What?
like,
Jesus.
Just going off like
That guy's the
imagery
next
in
John
his
Lennon.
head.
That guy's got an imagination
Oh,
like nobody's
fuck.
business.
and I'm like, what are you, like a Amish or
Yeah,
something?
have you seen the internet?
he's looking at ceiling titties. You know those lights that are shaped like boobs. That's his
Yeah,
whole
that is,
material.
that guy's got a mind.
Ceiling titties.
Seal
And then-
that thing.
That can't be a thing, can it?
And then so Dan, I remember Dan said something to this guy, and he's like, "No, I don't watch porn." And then you went on stage, you were headlining, and you're like, "So that was a lie, right?" And he's like, "Yeah."
He's
okay.
gotta watch it, right? You gotta. That doesn't make any sense. Like you, fucking. What do you got? Sears catalogs. Like,
Exactly. What are you looking
that
at?
was the
Bra
guy, someone,
section?
Like that, the whole thing got started because someone said to him, "Do you masturbate?" And he was like, wasn't a hell yeah, but it was like, yeah, I'm down for masturbating or something like that, right?
Like we're all
he's
gonna.
It was
kinda
like you
guy
offered it to
who
him.
could walk into a room and say, you could say to him masturbation, he'd be like, "Fuck yeah!"
Yeah, sometimes there'll be a person that they just react weird or something. They answer funny.
And
You just can't get
zone
them out of
in
your
on
head.
it.
You
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
get them
It's
out of
bugging you the whole time.
I think some
you
people
start thinking about what their home life is like.
Well, you just start asking questions.
when
I'm
you
like that too. I say it out loud when I'm driving. I get in trouble for that. Like, can't you just keep it in your head? I can't. I have to ask questions.
yeah,
I'm curious.
It's I don't know.
naturally.
That's how you learn.
Yeah, exactly. I'm curious. Everywhere I drive, I see people. I'm just like, what in the fuck is going on there?
You know that a lot of people don't have intellectual curiosity. They don't think about things. They don't wonder about things or nothing.
Just drive by and don't
That's
notice
crazy.
it, Or just go
I
through
don't-
life.
I don't even
They
know
just
what the
clock
fuck.
in, clock out. That's
Yeah,
it.
I can't do that. Fuck.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of people that are like that. I think most people are kind of like that. Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
whole like masses, and then there's other people that are more like thoughtful or something like that. I don't know. I think you're happier probably the other way. I guess
Yeah.
because you
But they're
don't
the ones that are all
Especially
angry
now.
and,
are angry. You think?
I think,
Well, you're angry too.
I'm very angry. Yeah, yeah.
And you're
Unfinished
thoughtful.
business.
Yeah.
Unfinished business. Yeah. No, I'm happy, but I'm angry. You know what I mean? I'm trying to deal with those frustrations, like when you're at the McDonald's drive-through and the person in front of you is taking forever just to order. You know,
Yeah.
and things like that annoy me. But now I can laugh about that annoyance. You know what I mean? Like I'm still annoyed, but I recognize it,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like I don't allow things like that to get me angry. I got a lot of things going on in my life that genuinely should make me angry. Right?
Don't you think you're just like have less testosterone now, so you're just less angry?
Well, no,
'Cause
that's
you're
what the
so old.
Viagra's for. You know,
No, but like when I was when I was young, I was full of piss, right? Like I would get angry in traffic. I would get angry like.
I was never angry when I was young.
You
Life was always gravy when I was young. Yeah, like I didn't even have to make decisions. Good things just happened to me. It's when you get older that you have to start making decisions. Yeah. I was never angry when I was young. And I'm superficially angry.
Right.
You know, I get annoyed and angry at stupid things, but
You're not punching drywall.
no, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah,
Not
neither.
at all. It
No,
probably
neither,
hurt.
Me neither. No.
No.
There's no
No,
drywall in this room.
Mhm.
I'm just
No.
seeing all the black new
It's
coverings
like
on
a
the
padded.
place,
It's
eh?
like a padded room. Yeah.
They just keep you back here
Yeah. You kind of make. Yeah. This is kind of like a lunatic's room, but.
whenever
No,
we're
it's
not
great.
here.
It's great.
But oh shit.
What
Yeah,
was
I was
her
gonna say
feedback?
like because what was this? What
Sorry.
was her feedback?
Oh shit!
Oh yeah.
We're still in
I
it.
think she just said hi, listening from Delhi or something like that. She was back.
That
That's
was it.
That's the unfinished
Yeah.
business.
Did she mention
Well, let me say.
Dan?
let
She
me
didn't
say-
mention
let me
Dan.
Back
say-
though.
let
She's
me-
back though.
Yeah, but
She's
let me
back.
say that if the date should happen, I promise to pay attention, which I'm not very good at, and I happen to think I'm quite delightful company, and I promise to be engaging and a complete gentleman.
Yeah,
So,
I've
What-
done, I've
you
done a
know.
lot of car rides with Dan. And he's good company, so you can tell her that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where
the
where
endorsement of a 20-year-old,
Yeah.
Teresa.
where
Yes.
would your ideal place be to go, Dan?
Does it have to be around here?
No,
or?
just in general.
Well, I tell you what. I've never been there on a romantic date. I've been there for like lunch and I think dinner one time. But I love the top of the CN Tower. Do you know what I mean? Like you're not getting a better.
Might be a
view.
tough place to get to these
Like,
days.
and is she seaworthy? Because you can get that queasiness from moving around. Do you know what
Is she
I mean?
seaworthy?
Is this the first?
Arr.
I
I
hate to think like we're both sitting there getting the bends.
I would like to get a list of Dan's wonder
Top
about
3.
Dan, if you could list any
Does
of the
she-
questions you'd have about Teresa, like if she's seaworthy,
Does she have her-
if she,
That's number
if she
1.
has-
No,
Are you
that's about-
seaworthy?
That's number 10. That's number 10.
Does
That's
she have her
number 10.
sea legs? Her land legs.
Is she a greenhorn?
Oh man.
But is that? I
Yeah,
have one.
so keep hitting that Amazon button so we can go to the CN Tower, ladies
Fair
and gentlemen.
enough.
That's what we're.
Oh, true. I guess it's gonna be. But that's gonna be the first date. Is you gonna take her to the CN Tower?
Not just to the CN Tower.
Wow.
We're going to the top, baby.
Yeah. How are you gonna top that? There's really no.
You're
way
gonna
to
eat
go.
there though,
Well,
right?
I
You're gonna
feel-
eat in the revolving restaurant.
Yeah, that would be the idea. I think that would be quite romantic.
Fair
They have
answer.
that- What about if the sky? What about Niagara Falls?
That's the second date.
That's like poor man's the Skyline. Can you eat in the Skyline?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great too. I love the falls.
Take her to
I
the
love
American
falls.
side.
No,
Yeah.
don't take her to the American side. Don't
Let's
do
just
it.
do it here at the pool house.
Well,
Huh?
that might be
Hey.
it.
Why do I need a fancy restaurant? That's just
Well, I was
you
just
know
asking
window
what-
dressing.
Well, but
I'll
what
just
if
be
we?
me. I'll
but
just
I,
be me.
I
That'll
can
work, right?
but
Yeah.
but what if I
Wes
got?
is laughing. It's the most audible noise we've had from Wes all evening.
What if we get? What if we get a sponsor like to pay for a meal,
That would be great.
and
That
then you
would be
could go
great.
to the. Then you could go to, and then the
And
sponsor.
I'll tell you what, the way my life's going at the moment, if she can just hang on till about April, I could even pay for the meal. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, she doesn't probably want to see that you got your shots or whatever, you know.
I think the vaccine should be out by then.
You're
Or
hoping
are you
by
talking
April?
about the other shots?
No, that's what I was talking about. That and whatever you get for herpes or whatever.
Yeah. Dan needs a penicillin
Gotta
shot.
stay clean. That's true.
Uh, I wish, eh?
Set it
Hey,
and
Dan,
forget it.
You're single, right?
That's yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Let's
but-
hope so.
That's obvious, isn't it?
yeah, because you're on the dating game, right?
yeah.
And you have a girlfriend, right?
Yeah, I have a girlfriend.
How long you been with your girlfriend?
Like
Tough question.
6 months.
Is that it?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's new.
He's 20.
Pretty fresh.
know,
That's
but
Yeah,
I
why-
fair
thought
enough. That's fresh.
Did
yeah.
you have a different
That's
girlfriend
one-
at your first set?
No, it was the same girl.
But it
We
seems
were
like you've
friends.
been-
We were friends.
Oh,
we were
is
friends
it-
for a long time.
That's what I mean. She looked familiar.
yeah.
I met her twice.
But,
Yeah, she's a nice.
She thinks you're funny.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I think I did good the second
I
time.
told
she
her to
said
shut up.
it.
6 months is 1/40th of my life, though. So
Oh yeah.
put it in perspective.
It is crazy because, like, in comedy years, we're not that far apart in age. Like, we can remember when development-wise,
yeah.
when we're, but in real life, we're
Yeah.
like a million years old.
Well, that's possibly one of the reasons I like traveling in the car with Ben, because on the way back I see him beating himself up for things
yeah.
that you don't make those mistakes anymore, or
We have a little thicker skin, I guess, after a while.
yeah. But like there is mistakes you make in your first year, and you have to recognize them, which is nice that they get recognized, right? But to see him beat himself up a little bit is always nice, It's like,
Well, I had a real old school experience on Monday. It was because I went to Poacher's Arms in London, and I just ate shit so hard. Like I haven't bombed that bad in such a long time. But it's like it's good. Felt good almost, because it was like, I know how hard I have to work now. I know the things I got to do to make it better.
yeah.
I really went back and looked at what went wrong, like to see if how I could change the order of the joke or rearrange it or do something so that
Yeah.
that I could set myself up to make it work better. But yeah, you really don't get that until you fucking eat shit, until you bomb so hard. Then it kind of it makes you
Perspective.
yeah, and it lights a fire under you
Yeah.
to actually start working harder.
Yeah,
So you don't have to feel like that again.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
I find for me, it's like the little things I do, like watching the show is really important to me. You know what I mean? Or at least, right now, there's not enough sets. I feel like I'm back to my first year where I would write the 6 things I'm going to talk about out, or, the little code word for them.
Yeah.
And I'd know exactly what direction I was going on, and you wouldn't want any interruptions, because nothing feels loose at the moment. Nothing feels like you've got a good run of shows, and you're in your rhythm at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
I don't want to say nothing feels fun, but no room feels fun.
There's
it's
no,
hard to go in and.
There's no flow
It
to
feels
it.
high
There's no
stakes.
flow
No
to
flow,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. Like I
'Cause the
went
crowd-
last at Taps on Tuesday, and I had something to say about things that had happened in the night when I started my set, and something about all the comedians. But that was because I was sitting there the whole night. You know what I mean? Just waiting to go on, and I was able to do that. Where I feel like, before the pandemic, I was getting to that point because I was getting regular spots at certain places, and I was getting out 4 or 5 times. It's just I felt like I could just walk into any club and walk on stage and do the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's none of that. Now it feels like your first time every time.
Yeah, it is true. It is
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
No.
I find the same thing. You're always shaking off a bit of rest.
Yeah, and people talk about, oh, well, there's Zoom shows. And I've done Zoom shows and stuff like that. But if Zoom shows are going to take off, even after the pandemic, they're going to be way different than stand-up comedy.
It's a different.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? A Zoom show is not stand-up comedy. There'll never be the intimacy that you have of the live audience, no matter how well you mic the audience, And it's a visual, it's a not purely, but it's a visual art form. So you got to do, you got to have cut-ins and edits and, maybe a 30-second movie about this or whatever. You can't just limit yourself to a face talking to a screen, right?
That doesn't work.
Yeah.
If you're gonna lose the audience, then you should have a better way to do it. Yeah. And even when they separate the crowd, I did Showtime, and it still was a full room. It still felt like a comedy club. It was all the stuff that I was still good about comedy, but the front row, that front row, that was normally there wasn't there, and those people are really, you're almost standing on their drink, it's you're really intimate with that,
Yeah.
and that, they make the show. That makes the show to have a group of people crowded right around where you're doing it.
Well, a packed small room is way better than a big
half full room.
Yeah, and the other thing about because of the social distancing, the tables have to be 6 feet apart. If someone's having a conversation at a table, there's so much space between tables, you can hear that. It's so audible when 2 people are talking in the place. Whereby in a room that was full, it might get muffled. You can
It's
get
just a
away with it,
muffle.
right?
Yeah, totally.
But it is so noticeable when two people start talking. Should we get another drink? I don't know. How many comedians do you think there are left? You know, it's
I didn't
two
like the
fucking
last
comedians.
guy.
You know,
Yeah.
What was his name?
That's
Van
crazy, though,
Dyke?
like-
Was that his name? Jesus. All he
It
did was
really
talk
does
about his
affect you
dick.
guys, though. Like,
Sometimes I remember the one.
no, like you think about comedy. That's because music is one way too, but comedy. That if you lose that crowd, it's everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
music.
That's your adrenaline,
Yeah,
right?
but
You
think
can
about
do
all
it
the
not
musicians too that have
I know.
really
It's the
suffered this year,
same.
you know,
It's cool hearing you guys talk about it because I'm.
Well,
thinking,
it's hard to write. Like it's hard to even like get better or stay as good
Yeah.
because you're just like
you're writing to a screen or not what you normally would do.
Or
Like,
you just don't
Yeah.
get the reps. I find that
Yeah.
you
it
have
feels
to have
like
the live audience to know the joke.
you're
as
losing
well.
that like
Yeah.
razor edge, like
Yeah.
right where you're
Yeah.
kind of nervous.
it
And-
feels
Yeah.
like every show is kind of do or die more. There's more of like because it's like it'll be a week until your next one. So you're
Yeah.
like if you
Yeah.
bomb, you have like a week to sit in it.
Yeah.
Where sometimes you're like, okay, well I'm up tomorrow.
yeah,
And
you'll
just-
get over it.
Instead
Bang
of
it out,
working
yeah,
on your
totally.
jokes, you just want to do your best. 'cause
Exactly.
You know it's your last chance for a week, right?
Yeah, you never know
Yeah.
when you were gonna do another
Yeah.
one because it could close. Or
But
whatever.
that'll change. It'll come back. It'll
Yeah,
come
right.
back
That's
for
right.
sure.
That's right.
That's
It's the
Yeah.
only way you can look at it.
for now we're just live from the Dutch Hall.
Yeah.
That's right.
Still
Yeah.
rocking.
It's good.
Yeah, we're kind of in the early stages of trying to cook something up for the spring. Hopefully that.
But nobody knows, like, how deep can you plan? Like, you know?
Yeah,
Uh,
I know that's the thing. It's like I'm hoping like by March, April, May, like you might be able to start doing like dates to have regular rooms. again.
Normal stuff. You
Yeah.
know where you can go is the German Hall.
Yeah,
They seem to be.
where's
having
the
shit
angry
there.
German?
the German Hall in Delhi.
Oh,
No, the angry German that used to be in the band.
Oh,
Oh.
Steve, the reluctant German.
Reluctant
Oh.
German.
The reluctant German, sorry.
Yeah, he's
He's in quarantine.
I know I had talked to him. I asked him how he was doing recently, and I'm just thinking back because I don't really pay too much attention to his responses. But, no, I'm just kidding. But he
Love
said
you, Steve.
he said that he had. This is what Steve did. Steve had this dog, and this dog had a period, like a moon cycle. Have you ever had a dog that's not fixed? A
Yeah,
woman dog,
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
a lady
Oh my
dog.
God.
a lady dog. You had that, a lady
This
dog.
sounds like
I
a
think they're
Steve
called
story.
a bitch.
Yeah,
Aren't they?
bitch.
Yeah.
And he had to like put
Lady dog.
like when she would have her moon cycle, it was like a period, and then she'd wear like a diaper around to catch her like period.
Yeah,
blood.
sure.
That's
sure.
how dogs are. I never heard of such a thing. It's gross.
Why wouldn't you just get the dog?
Moon cycle period.
Because I'll
eh?
tell you why he didn't get the dog fixed. Because then all of a sudden he got another dog, a little poodle named Willie Nelson, the reluctant German, and then then all of a sudden this dog starts fucking the other dog,
Right,
and then
right.
make a whole bunch more dogs. And now Steve is the mayor.
I understand the
of dog shit.
concept.
Oh, that's how
Yeah.
it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is he
Sex.
selling these dogs?
Dogs.
Is he selling these dogs?
Yeah, he's selling those dogs. I think.
He's selling them.
Yeah, that's his idea. I think is to sell these dogs or make a coat. I'm not sure.
Another lair.
Yeah.
Another layer.
A winter lair.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Steve tells me certain things, but I don't know what that guy's cooking in his head. Does he give you a lot of
It's interesting.
information?
No, he's cooking something.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
It'd be funny if he showed up a dog for a coat,
yeah,
like a big pimp.
and
It
and,
wouldn't surprise me.
and maybe a shaved beard.
Oh, that would be fucked.
He's got a swastika birthmark underneath his beard. That's why he grows a big
It's
beard.
It's a birthmark.
Yeah, it's like in that dent in your chin.
Or a tattoo, whatever.
He has
Whatever.
In that
chin
dent is a
in the
little-
shape. There's a movie in that somewhere. Yeah,
What?
American History X.
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Or if he's got a birthmark, a swastika birthmark on his face,
Yeah.
and he has to grow a beard to hide his shame.
And like when they dig up Hitler's bunker, he puts his chin into some thing like Superman's
fits.
phallus.
Toe
And all of a
cutters.
sudden it opens it up, and,
Superman.
That's what.
and like a band starts playing. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what opens the bunker.
You think that Steve could be like the offspring of Hitler, or the maybe?
Well, it's odd that he's here in a quiet little town. What do we know about his lineage?
I know it's German as fuck, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sounds like it to me. Hey, he seemed pretty German. He never denied it when we called him German every week.
Yeah, he never said. He just said he's reluctant.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, I think his dad is German. And that's how it
There's
works.
a lot of last names, so it's confusing.
Yeah.
It's
He's very confusing. And even I went to
There's so many
Wes's
layers.
wedding with him in Jamaica.
Right.
And we were in the pool all week, and I'm not sure if he ever took his shirt off. Maybe he did, but I don't know what his bare chest looks like. And I'm like,
Right.
how could you spend so much time there with a guy in the summer setting like that and not know what his bare chest looks like? But I can't remember it. I just, when I remember it, I remember his head,
His beard.
his beard, and then his feet or something. Like there's nothing in between. It's just no body
Yeah,
at all.
you can't say if he has Bologna nipples or
I don't
he's
know.
just got a normal.
I don't know.
Hairy man, you don't know.
I'm filling it in the blanks in my own head. What
Sure,
Steve's naked
sure.
body looks like.
Third nipple, maybe.
yeah, maybe.
Could be.
Wes, I know what he looks like at the pool. I stood and looked at him for hours on it.
Well,
Yeah, you know what his
he
dad looks like
too,
too.
but
Jacked.
That's only because
His
I've
dad
been
is
undressing
jacked.
him all night.
Wes's dad is way more jacked than he is. And
I should hope so.
And he does backflips off ropes and stuff.
Like a swan.
Really?
Yeah, his dad's more agile. Like I can't believe it, eh? Like your
He's not
dad.
lazy.
That could do it.
You're lazy. You call
I'm
yourself
lazy as fuck.
Oh, really?
That could do it.
Can your brother do that shit?
I don't know. Probably better than Murr, but not as good as Dad.
Man,
That's
his dad
somewhere in
and
the middle.
his brother. They're like, how old are they?
63?
63, both doing backflips off like a swinging rope and
Like
stuff
in
like that.
Jamaica off a cliff.
See, that would ruin my holiday, watching people put in that much effort, you know?
Yeah, they're not. That's no effort for them though.
No
Yeah, I know,
effort.
It's like nothing.
But take it
Right.
easy. You're in Jamaica. At a
They're
wedding.
told-
Yeah,
Totally.
I agree. Pencil dive.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
Come on.
Pencil. Right in. I'm good. I went from the top. No, pencil. You see the girls put their arms out. Oof. Ruins their whole day. Maybe even their whole week.
Yeah.
Idiots.
I didn't go on that trip at all. I funneled a whole bunch of beers and then peed my bed.
Hey, you know,
I
you weren't
said-
hurting the next day. Maybe a little hungover.
Yeah, I was not feeling the greatest, but I tell you, you know what? The maid had to deal with that problem.
That's why you pay the big bucks.
That's why I left the toothpaste I had left remaining at the end of the trip.
Did you get a swan the next day in your bed?
Oh, my
no
God.
swan.
No swan.
So that reputation
you.
the Dutch have for being cheap, that's not justified at all.
Oh
eh?
no.
No, we earned
I
it.
peed the bed.
And
Here's half a tube of toothpaste.
Maybe some lipstick.
You got a yellow duck.
yeah.
So
I
wait,
did.
did you say your dad and brother were the same age?
No,
No.
his dad and his brother, they're the twins.
Oh, right. So that would explain why they're the same age. Yeah.
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 Twins usually are around
Oh,
the same.
okay.
Now-
Oh,
When
I
they
was
were
gonna say.
jumping off the rope, did they do it in a synchronized fashion?
Oh, that'd be
No.
awesome if they didn't.
No, one at a time.
One at a time.
They could have though with two ropes.
Were they competing with each other at the time? Was it sibling
Well, they don't want to
rivalry
get. They don't want to get shown up by each other.
that-
Right.
Right, yeah. Fair
That's
enough.
probably why they're both ripped.
Probably good, but that's why you decided to be lazy. Is it like, I don't want to get involved with all that
Yeah, they're
shit,
too
you know what I
ripped.
mean? Like,
And they're
wow.
like 60.
you'll be doing that for the rest of your life. They'll be backflipping off ropes.
Yeah. And you'll be at the
I will
poolside.
not be.
You'll be at the poolside.
This is a pretty easy choice, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm out on that.
I will spectate.
That reeks of effort.
Were you so? Let me think about my question for a second. Did this affect your childhood, having a dad who was doing backflips?
No. No.
Not at all.
No.
It would have affected mine.
There was a.
I don't
But
think
they
we
would-
should deconstruct the guy that.
I set my
is
bar
barely
really,
a
really low
biter.
for myself,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, very good.
That's
very good.
no.
If they want to go and show off, that's fine with them.
That's right. That's right.
It's pretty cool though. And then our Freddy, and then our buddy,
Yeah, our stupid friend thinks he can do it too.
and he ate shit hard, man. That was
I made my day
Yeah.
watching that.
He's the whitest person on the resort trying to do a backflip. Not even close.
oh fuck. I
Off a
love it.
rope.
I love that shit. One time I went to this. We were on this like catamaran trip, and then we went to this place. I think it was called Peter's Island or something like that. And there was a boat off of this thing, and there's this boat, and you would Willie's. It was called Willie's something. Whatever.
Are you just talking about your family's names and making this up? as
I
you
knew it
go?
was like that.
Peter's Island and Willie's.
It's something like Willie's. It was like it was a ship, right? It was off of the
Was it
island.
One-Eyed Willie?
And you'd go there, and there was a bar on the ship. And then what you're supposed to do is take off all your clothes, and then you jump off the top deck.
Okay.
There's a sign that says absolutely no jumping off of this thing. That's what you take off all your clothes, you jump off. That's a tradition to do at this place, right? The most people don't take off their clothes. The most people just go with their bathing suits or whatever. But I had smashed my face up in a scooter accident, so I wasn't allowed to do it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Is this the same trip you peed the bed?
No, it's a different trip.
Oh, different trip.
Well, I may have done it that time too. No, I didn't.
Has there ever been a trip you come out unscathed?
Where I don't injure myself?
Yes.
That'd be a harder one to figure out. Yeah, I don't remember.
We'll catch back next week.
Yeah, I'd have to give it some good thought because most of the time, no, I hurt myself in some way because I'm trying to have a fun time, man.
Yeah.
And if I don't get hurt, then sometimes my cousin does.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The one you fought?
No, a different one.
Oh, okay.
I'd love to see you guys like play it out.
What?
Anyways.
Play out the.
And West, like this, like have something going on here.
What are you talking about?
I would like to have you guys both like play guitar at the same time.
Oh, at the end of
The after show.
the heckler's
Oh, I get
getting
it.
us. That's the after show.
Yeah.
That's it. The
That's a pretty
conversation
sweet
is
intro,
shit,
though.
I think
Yeah.
is what we're
It
just
is a
doing.
Like
pretty
into the end of the show where we just play like a full set.
Yeah, might as well.
And we're the Nocturnal Emissions.
Yeah, it's a great name for a band, by the way.
I like Pete's contribution with the what is that thing? what is that? Like
Slap rattle?
the music.
Oh, the slap
thing
rattle?
you were playing.
Yeah, this was a gift from the Nocturnal Emissions. That made me part of the band because I have no musical talent. They gave me this thing.
Wow.
And, it's a slap rattle, yeah. I'm one of the greatest slap rattle players in Pine Grove.
No question there.
Top
It's
six.
unbelievable.
Top six.
Top
band.
three, I'd
Maybe
say.
the best in Delhi. Is Delhi what?
Known for rat sladdle.
Yeah.
I can't even say it.
Slap rattle.
Slap rattle, rap
Festival,
sladdle.
Delhi every July. You're not familiar with
Yeah,
this?
we have the
down
Slap
by Big
Rattle
Creek.
Fest in Big Creek.
That's the
And,
other thing we haven't had a chance to mention about Ben. He's not from Hamilton.
Okay.
Oh,
His
Barry?
affiliation with Hamilton is involved with, that highfalutin university, that world-class university they have there. He's actually from Midland.
Oh.
Oh,
And I was
Midland.
Yeah,
in a
Midland.
flirting flirting with McMaster before dropping out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what's your guys' festival?
See how he wants to seem cool?
No, I don't want to seem cool. I
I didn't graduate or
No,
nothing
no.
like
What's
that.
the festival?
I didn't
in Midland?
graduate like a loser. Well, every town has a festival. I feel like ours is the Butter Tart Festival.
Really?
Ooh.
Butter Tart Festival in
Yeah.
Midland?
It's actually pretty
Wow.
crazy. Yeah,
Some
Dutch
people are heading
all
up to
on
mid. Yeah.
location.
yeah, it's actually really nice.
Sounds
Well,
delicious.
We used to traditionally we had Harvest Fest,
Right.
which is just general, but it was generally
When's that,
celebrating
in
the
the
harvest
spring?
of tobacco.
Oh,
Tobacco
right,
Harvest
right.
Fest.
Yeah, so it used to be called. It was mostly Tobacco Harvest Fest, Then it was just Harvest Fest. Now I don't even know if they do Harvest Fest
Yeah,
anymore.
now it's like.
they got Strawberry
What?
Festival,
Oh, okay, that's not
Yeah.
bad.
and then, but yeah,
Harvest Fest was good times.
The Butter Tart, ours is a big deal. It's like
I should
chocolate.
imagine, yeah.
No, it's people are really into butter tarts. It turns out.
People are really into
You
butter
know,
tarts.
I can't. You can only eat like one though. Like you go and you get all these free samples, or you go down and you buy one, maybe two, and you eat them, and then you're done.
What do you
Like,
got? Some vendors down there?
Yeah.
A bunch of vendors?
Yeah, it's like probably
That's
like
why you
20,
gotta
20
plan 3
stands.
days.
20 stand. Oh,
It's
I
the
believe
whole
it.
street, the
Yeah.
whole city of Toronto comes down. It's like
What?
They have to.
The
Midland.
whole
Shut-
city of Toronto.
They shut down the main street. They shut down, and you can't find parking anywhere. Almost all.
Now
over town.
I'm just saying. I think they went a little bit too specific on the butter tart. If they could have went with Pastry Fest,
Yeah.
then they have like 1,000 different fucking things. One butter tart.
No
You're
wonder
right.
you're sick of them.
But hey, if their whole fucking city of Toronto's coming, then you know that
Is
it
there a
must be-
Ferris wheel?
What
No,
about
no.
pecan
you know,
tart?
Collingwood has an Elvis festival every year.
Yeah, isn't that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Collingwood.
Yeah,
Or it's, I think
yeah.
it was Huntsville or something.
I'm pretty sure it's Collingwood. We were staying we'd rented some place not too far from there for a little summer vacation, and just to get supplies and stuff. We went into Collingwood and bumped into this Elvis fest. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, you
Like,
went to it?
Yeah, there's some hardcore Elvis fans there, and
There used to be a Elvis
like kids,
impersonator.
like you'd see families get out of
I'm
vehicles
biting my tongue.
with like Texas plates.
Don't.
And the whole family is dressed like this is their summer vacation is coming all the way up to Collingwood to attend the Elvis Fest.
yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have one? You have an impersonator?
We had an Elvis impersonator that when I was 18, I used to work at the warehouse trucking tobacco, and there was an Elvis impersonator that worked there, and he went up and did a show or something that one time. Guys were drinking at the German Hall, and then I think someone threw an ashtray at him.
Really?
If it wasn't my boss,
That's
it might have
awful.
been somebody else's.
Oh,
Awful.
It's a strange hobby,
An Elvis impersonator.
and it's never like a side thing. That's like what they're really living for. They're like, look, I work at the factory, but
That's
really
right.
I want to be Elvis.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know,
Yeah.
there was when I lived in London, England. There was this ropey looking little old man's boozer on the way home as I got out of my tube stop, my subway station, London, England. Right?
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that. It's a roper.
Yeah.
Or what?
Ropey, like it was like rubbish. It looked like terrible. And every month there'd be a sign: last Friday of the month, Black Elvis, Black Elvis. Right? If you my mate, like after like seeing a sign for 3, last Fridays,
We gotta go check it out.
Gotta go check out fucking Black Elvis. Guy was amazing. The guy was amazing. He must have been about 50. He was in the best shape of any human being I've ever seen, and he did the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like he had that place absolutely rocking. Black Elvis. If you ever get a chance to see him, he was great.
I got married by Elvis for my second time when I got married to my wife for the second time in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
And I hired him and to marry us. And then I said, "Hey, do you take any requests, Elvis?" This guy comes up in a pink Cadillac. He's wearing the gold lame suit.
Nice.
Right? He's like fucking pilled up or something, right? Like, he's obviously like. And he comes out, and I'm like, "Hey, Elvis, do you take any requests?" He goes, "Buddy, I'll play any songs you want as long as they're the 2 I know." Right?
Be honest.
Yeah, he just learned 2 Elvis songs. He's just making a buck. That was a different. I don't think he really liked Elvis as much as saw it as an opportunity to make some money. But because it was entertaining. Viva Las Vegas, and then I Can't Help Falling in Love with
Those
You.
are the
right?
2.
Oh yeah, you start out
You
walking
have
down
to
the
have
aisle
Viva
with
Las
I Can't
Vegas.
Stand.
Yeah. I can't stand.
Yeah, or I Can't Help. And then the other one is when you're done, you're married, and everyone parties.
Yeah, nice. That's nice.
You got married twice.
What kind of ring did you
Yeah.
exchange? Because I know a friend of yours who exchanged an eagle ring.
Yeah, we all. He bought an eagle ring. I don't remember if I exchanged one.
You don't have like a secret second marriage ring?
No, I didn't have a second.
Because he does, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I know. Charles got married. It was like there's 4 of us that got married.
Really?
Yeah, it was me. There was 4 couples. Charles was one of
couples.
them. Mark and Sonia were one, and then there was another couple, and then Adrian and his wife said no dice. We're not getting married again. Fuck, once was enough.
Really?
It was like $75, but then what happened was, and they pick you up in a limo and they bring you downtown. So you're like, well, hey, we'll get married and then we'll go
Celebrations.
downtown. It was like
Nice.
it was pretty cheap, really, when we figured it all out. But then it was like, okay, you got to pay extra for this. And then when you get to the front of the church, the women are all in the back with their fucking bouquets and stuff like that. And then you're at the front with the minister. And the minister says, okay, before we start, you guys have to tip me at the end. And the tip is at least $40 each. And you have to tip me in this envelope before we'll
The
start
starts.
the thing.
Oh my god.
And then so you're like,
It's a
ah.
Greasy. Greasy.
Shakedown.
Yeah, it's a little extortion at the end there.
Yeah.
And then you're like, fuck, the women are all
Are you supposed
smiling,
to fuck
holding
me in the gift
flowers
shop
and
afterwards?
stuff. Yeah. Anyways, then we went to a McDonald's for our after wedding banquet at
Right.
McDonald's. I had
Reception?
I had a Port Dover McGangbang where you take a McDouble and you put a fillet of fish in the middle of it. and you
Oh,
squish it
Port,
together.
I was wondering where the
Never.
Port Dover came from.
Yeah, Port Dover
Nice.
McGangbang. You stick a fillet of fish in the middle of that fucking cocksucker.
So, like the whole fillet of fish, like the bun and all. You
yeah,
just,
you put a whole bun and everything. You take the 2 patties of the McDouble and you spread them apart. Then you got like 2.
Yeah.
And
I
then you
get
put the whole
concept.
fillet of fish. And then you have to really squish it.
Wow, that's great.
That's what we ate there. And then we saw a fight with two guys fought in the McDonald's. It
In the
was awesome.
McDonald's.
Yeah. It's really sketchy downtown Vegas.
Ooh,
at least
you could
back
say
then
that
it was.
again.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it still is.
Yeah, it was then. It was good sketchy though. It's fun. Like when you can watch that stuff.
You
it's
never
the
know
more
what
fun.
you're gonna see.
Yeah, you see people die.
Yeah, but it's America. Guns come out any moment.
Yeah,
Boom.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
part's
that's
not
a
so much
sobering
fun.
note, eh?
Yeah. On a sobering note.
American Thanksgiving today.
Oh, it's American Thanksgiving. Yeah, and we
Yeah,
have
it
a lot
is.
of American people who are probably celebrating in some way and spreading disease.
Yep.
And so it's
Super spreader.
So all the best.
there's like 0% chance it's gonna go well, eh?
Oh, it's gonna be terrible.
Like
Yeah.
apparent, it's gonna really be a mess down there. So
Because they're
Anyway.
not listening.
they're not listening at all.
No.
But happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
All the
Enjoy
best,
your turkey.
USA.
Yeah,
That's it. That's it.
that's it. And I think
It's been a
that
good Thanksgiving. The Cowboys lost.
do they play?
Apparently not, according to what Mike said.
Yeah, let's just forget about it. We'll move on.
They're a bad team, eh?
Oof.
Mike is say I don't know much about Mike, but like he supports Arsenal, which is an English football team that they're based in London.
Yeah, I know
They got
Arsenal.
the most. They got this brand new stadium. They're still shite. You know what I mean? Like they make so much money and they're still shite.
Fuck.
It's unbelievable.
They're really cutting me deep, eh?
Yeah, but you got to at least appreciate that he still puts up with them even though they're garbage. right?
Yeah, I
That's
can't
right.
jump ship.
Hey, if I could do that, maybe I'd still be married. But don't say, come on now, come on. Now.
All right, everybody, Dan, is there any place that people can go see more zingers like that?
There's a preview.
I tell you what, I wouldn't expect anyone to want to come out to this. I'm doing a guest spot at Showtime in St. Catharines on Friday. But on December 3rd, I'm back at St. Catharines, speaking of zingers, participating in a roast battle. Yeah,
Another
so that
dating
should be
game.
really good fun.
Do you know who
Against
you're
who?
roasting at?
I'm in the first round. It's Mike Payne and Ryan Schneider.
Ryan
so-
Schneider.
So there's like an out-of-towners bracket. We're in the out-of-towners bracket. It seems like really weighted to the local Niagara comedians. Like there's like 8 of them and then like 4 of us. So I don't know if we fight for one. I don't know how it works. But the first guy I'm up against is Ryan Schneider. Speaking of Germans.
Germans.
Yeah.
That should be fun.
Yeah.
Have you done that before?
A bit of roasting?
Yeah.
Yeah, and during the COVID, I hooked up with these guys called Instant Laughs in London, England, and they did a heckler show. And I would do that like on a Sunday. It'd be 7:30 their time on a Sunday night, but 2:30 our time. So like during the first wave of the pandemic, you're just sitting at home. You don't even know what day of the week it is, that kind of thing. And I just like wake up at 2:30 and do it. And like the anonymity and like being on a screen miles away and the time, I had some really good shows there. I think I did well on it,
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be a completely different thing to be face to face. And I keep saying to myself, I got to write fucking jokes. And I've got a couple. But
Are you afraid that anyone's going to cut you deep?
no, not at all. What could they possibly say about me that I haven't said about
What do you think
myself?
they're going to go at you with?
I don't know. But I'll tell you a good
You don't
trick.
know?
I don't know.
Tell them.
I don't know. Hey, man, I'm like Michael Jordan. I'm like Maradona. They can do whatever the fuck they want. I'm gonna do what I do, right?
Yes,
You
sir.
know what
Oh,
I
I
mean?
thought you meant old and
That
dead.
was
looking.
that was old and dead.
Oh, Pete thinks he's in the fucking roast. doesn't he?
Seriously.
There should be a live from the Dutch Hall roast edition.
There should be. That'd be good.
Yeah. how
Yeah,
many-
we
good,
did one
good.
for my birthday the one time
Yeah, that's right. That's
with
right,
Justin
that's right.
Gale. Oh,
Yeah.
I remember that. And who was there? Tig, Justin, and
Yeah,
Tig's
Tig was the
very
host,
good at
right?
roasts.
and Joe.
Yeah, Tig's very good at roasts. Like that guy knows how to write a roast joke for sure.
Yeah.
I think he's done well in roasts were like really popular when I first came into comedy, and I remember the first one that I did. I was awful at it. I was like more nervous than my first set, and I've done a couple since, but they kind of went out of fashion then. Like they're not.
Yeah, it was a hot thing for a while because a couple of shows that did well.
Yeah,
so people were,
yeah, and probably in the States as well, like with the Jeff Ross and the celebrity
Yeah.
roasts were doing well. So, yeah.
Anyways, Dan and Ben, I'd like to thank you guys for coming in. I hope you had a good time this week.
It was awesome. Thanks. It's great
Yeah.
to see you as always, Pete.
Thank you.
You
The Nocturnal Emissions.
great band.
Thank you very much again for coming in. We're glad to have you back. Hope to see you in again. And for everyone at home, if you could please, if you enjoyed it, if you're still listening to this program at this point in time, then you're and you're paying attention. It's crazy.
God bless you.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
But
God
please
love
tell a friend, give us some feedback on live from the Dutch Hall gmail.com, or we are on Instagram or Twitter at Dutch Hall, or live from the Dutch Hall on Facebook. Until next week, we will see you NT. See you next Thursday.
Hey, I gotta pee.